What up? What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Jess, and today we're bringing you guys a gameplay back when I first got Calvin Johnson, the wager match, going up against iRun. If you guys don't know who he has a 98 overall squad, the X squad. He streams every now and then. Definitely a very good player from what I heard. I know he is a mod and problem stream, and I think there's a new account. I looked afterwards, and his record was 33-0, which is an amazing start, right? So he has a 98 overall team, and I just know that I'm going to be going up against blitzes and really like, look at, oh man, we almost got B-gapped right there. On 3rd and 14 right here, we definitely got A-gapped right there. So he's sending the goons out, man, and I already knew what type of game I was going to be in for going up against him because I just heard a lot of things like how good he is. So it's going to be a tough matchup. And as we saw, he has a 98 overall team, so he's got himself a very tough team. And as always, when you give somebody a very good team and they actually know what they're doing with it, just makes it that much harder to even try and stop. So he picks up the first down. Right here, I'm just trying to hopefully hold him to a field goal. He's got Bo Jackson, and Bo Jackson usually does a good job of just tearing me apart. We stopped the run right there. 3rd and 7, goes towards the right side, and thankfully it was dropped, and he ends up settling for a field goal. So that right there was definitely a very good stop for us, just holding them to 3. So now we got to get something going offensively. Our first offensive drive just went horrible, and he does get ball at halftime, so we got to keep that into account. Right here, Bo Jackson. Was that Bo Jackson? Was that? Yeah, that was Bo Jackson. I kind of tripped right here, just trying to get the run game going. As I always say, man, I really need to run the ball effectively in order for me to do decent in the game. If I can't run, I'm going to be in trouble. Right here, really quick screenplay right there to Bo Jackson. Thankfully, he wasn't hawking the middle, and he didn't bite down, left it wide open. Again, we go back to the run. He's doing a good job of using around the outside, forcing me to cut back inside. 2nd and 7 right here. YOLO, throw it up to CJ. Shaboinkin. Huge one-handed nab right here. 1st and 10. We go really quickly towards the outside. The CJ ends up just fighting his way in the end zone. And right here is where things can go for the worst right here. He can potentially score a touchdown, get ball at halftime, score a touchdown again, and it's not looking good at that point. It's not. So we got to try and hold him to a field goal or not let him score at all. So he goes for the face catch. Thankfully, we end up stopping that. I don't know how. Right here's a very nice play. He goes underneath, has a blocker set up outside. Like I said, he has a lot of different plays that he goes to. And this is my first time ever playing him, so I really don't know what to expect. I just know that he's just doing good, and it's frustrating. He rolls out right there with the PA end around, and the one time I seen him stream, I think I remember him running PA end around. I was kind of expecting it throughout the game, but he didn't run it much. But he ran it right there, and he scored a touchdown. I was like, dang it, man, I should have known right there. You seen how he sent that guy just came screaming right up the middle, even though it was a screen, but still, like, give me some time. Right there, we get sacked. He comes straight up, and it's like, there's nothing I can do, man. I blocked 7. He still comes up. Right here, we go up to Calvin, and Calvin just bailing us out right there on the 3rd and 20. Right here, we go back to Bo Jackson, and I just can't get going on the ground, man. Right here, we try to go on the right side to Matthews, a little overthrown right there. 3rd and 12. We end up going to the outside shoulder to Jerry Rice, putting us in field goal range to allowing us to at least tie the game. But we go back to Calvin, and Calvin being double teamed is just too much right now. Being, gotta take what he can give me, man. Right now, he's not stopping it. So we gotta continue going to it, man. If throwing it up to Calvin and him coming down with it is working, we gotta continue going for it. Right there, he attempts to do it, which I figured he would with limited time. So we made sure he was double teamed. We got Smith, who's 6'2", out there, and we ended up coming up with the interception. 8 seconds remaining. We would love to be able to come down with the pass right here, maybe go in field goal range. We just lob it up to Matthews. We don't really have too much time for anything. Right here, we just try a screen, before halftime. That went nowhere. So we go into halftime up 14-10, and he definitely is doing a good job of moving the ball offensively against us, man. We got to be able to, limit the big plays. Right there, we send an A-gap out of that 4-3 wide 9. My own A-gap, baby. It came through. Right here, again, he goes deep up top, but I made sure I double-teamed his receivers. It's one of the few your best chance to try and stop a face throw, because those things are so difficult to stop if you know what you're doing. He had a pass right there on the right side, but unfortunately for him, he dropped it. So that right there was definitely a huge thing going our way. You know, when you're playing somebody this good, you got to have things go your way. And unfortunately for him, he ends up dropping a pass. 3rd and 8, I just tried to sneak in a run, thinking I could get some yards. That went absolutely nowhere. Right there, we throw really quickly to Mike Dick, a quick streak. That's not a route I went to at all game, so I figured he wasn't going to be looking for it, and thankfully he was wide open. 2nd and 6 right here, we end up going to Barry. Now we are in field goal range, so I probably will end up taking my 3 unless it's like a 4th and inches or something like that. We end up going to Chris Carter, picking up the 1st down. We go back to the run, and finally we end up getting a good run. Bo Jackson breaks a tackle, goes on into the end zone, and gives us a 2-possession lead. So at this point, I'm thinking hopefully he takes the run out of his game plan. Hopefully he tries to get desperate here and you know, just start chucking up passes, which is going to make it a little easier for me. Again, he goes deep up top. We tried the double team. It didn't really work out, but thankfully he ends up dropping it. But I you know, made sure that right there, this right here was a great play by him. Like a great play by him. I was trying to get the suction tackle. He just ran around and couldn't really do anything. Right there, another drop pass by him, man. His guys are just dropping passes. Right there, we end up getting a huge sack. You know, I got to try and spread my guys out with 4-3 wide 9 because he has 99 Mike Vick. And we got to try and contain him, make sure he doesn't hit that outside. So once he tried to scramble, he ran right into the contain. So right here, I will take a field goal. You see me wasting as much time as possible. End up just running the ball, but we actually end up picking up the touchdown. And we so far doing a good job of, after his first few possessions, of being able to, you know, take away what he was trying to do. You know, for the most part, we tried doubling his guys on the outside once I seen his taller receivers out there, which definitely helped a lot. You know, stopping face, it's not easy. I've been face caught on with guys having triple teams on them. You know, like right here, one-on-one situation. Like, if you know how to do it, when to do it and things like that, it's difficult to stop. Your best bet is like right there, make sure he's double teamed, man, and make sure he's manned up with the corner. It's your best bet to try and stop it. It's still not foolproof though. Still very difficult to try and stop. It's a lot easier when you got Calvin Johnson, because he's by far the most freakish face catcher in the game, with like 100 catch in traffic, spec catch, and all those crazy attributes that he got. But you know, a lot of people you see though with like Mike Evans, you know, other versions, like right there, he ends up just dropping it. We actually played the face catches really well this game. Typically my defense doesn't do this well against somebody who knows how to do it. Right here we go back up to Calvin, and I think Calvin caught every single one of them that we threw to him. That's just the difference. He's not really double teaming him that much either. He's a lot of them, it was just one-on-one. You know, and that was something that we took advantage of. You know, when you got Calvin on that one-on-one, you got to go on ahead and feed the big man, man. Go on ahead and get that man them passes. Right here, we end up kicking a field goal, and we end up just pretty much running away with it. Once we went up 21-10, he had to abandon. Well, he didn't have to, but he abandoned the run strictly when passing, and that made life so much easier when you don't have to worry about Bo Jackson. Because once he gets involved, it's definitely very tough to stop. And one thing, you know, trust me, like just throwing it up to Calvin is not my offense, but please understand that this was the first day I got him, so I was testing him out as much as possible. This is my 3rd ever game with him, so I definitely wanted to see what the new toy could do. So we used him a lot this game, and he came up big. That's the end of the video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy. It's your boy GS. We're gonna go ahead and sign out. Peace. Give it to me, baby.